And welcome back to our YouTube video reset channel. We thank God for each and every one of you. We've been talking about sexual soul ties with my guest here, Tay, my young sister. And so we are going to just continue. Last time she had asked a question and I pretty much answered it, but she had part two of that question. And so I want to let her go ahead and continue with that line of questioning, and we'll help you with the answer. So welcome back, Tay, and take it away.
So we were talking about when you're going to get married, God is going to send the right person for you.
Right.
So my thing is, if he's the one for you and he wants to marry you, he will want to wait. He shouldn't make you feel like you have to compromise on what you believe in that saying that you're not going to want to have sex before marriage. You're going to wait because that's what you're both believing in and that's what you know is right. So my thing is, most people shouldn't feel like, oh, because this is the only guy that is talking to me, he wants sex, oh, okay, I'm just going to do it right quick, and then I'll go back to Jesus and be like, I'm so sorry I did that. So my thing is, don't compromise on what you believe in, because the right person will not make you want to change your vow to God.
Right. And it's interesting you bring that up, because it's not only your generation that we see this. I mean, I see a lot of adult women, and even men, but mostly women, who come and tell me that they're believing God for a husband, or they're, wanting, to get married. They're in that space right now. And so they're with somebody, and this somebody, is not saved. Obviously, if you are a Christian, you don't want to be with somebody who's not saved, because that creates problems, because they don't understand what you understand.
That's true.
Okay, so you know that you have to wait upon God. You don't want to defile yourself. Maybe you've done it in the past and you've come before the Lord, you've repented, He's cleansed you from all unrighteousness. Now you're waiting on God to bring you the right person and to start off right. It's like He gives us a clean slate. And so you don't want to go back and break that vow that you made to God, that you'll wait. Now you're dating somebody who's not a Christian. Well, that right there is wrong, because God is not going to send you somebody who's not of like mind. He's not going to send you a non-Christian. In fact, in Amos 3 verse 3, the Bible says, can two walk together except they be in agreement? So you have to be in agreement. If you're not in agreement, then you're, on opposite ends. And then, it's yet like, again, going back to the unequal yoking, you're unequally yoked. Now, yes, you have to wait for the right person. And when that right person does come into your life, and, you have to pray. There's things you have to do. Just because you desire to get married doesn't mean that he'll drop from the sky, or God will just drop him when you're ready. No. You have to go before the Lord and ask. He says He gives us the desires of our hearts, but He just doesn't give us desires just because we want it. You have to go before Him and ask Him. And, in asking God, because God is a specific God, you ask specifically for what you want. So for me, I tell the ladies all the time, you have to specifically say, I want a godly man. And God will give you what you want. A man who's God-fearing, because if he's God-fearing, he will love you like Christ loves the church, because in Ephesians, husbands are commanded to love their wives as they love the church. So you know that He's going to love you unconditionally. Second of all, He's going to treat you like the queen that you're supposed to be treated like. He's not going to cheat on you, so you're not going to be having sleepless nights. But when you go outside of the boundaries of what God has set up, then you fall prey into getting somebody who might cheat on you, somebody who might abuse you, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, and all those sorts of things. Now, yes, when you wait upon the right one, He comes. Usually, if he's the right one coming from God and he's saved, He will respect you. Because that's the number one thing. It's respect. He respects who you are. He respects your body. In fact, the Bible talks about, in Ephesians, it tells the men not to abuse their bodies. Who would want to abuse your own body? Because you and your wife are one. And so He will respect who you are. If He can respect you right from the get-go, then He will respect you throughout the marriage. But if He doesn't respect you from the get-go, then, if He sleeps with you, then He doesn't even respect God. He doesn't fear God. That right there should tell you that this is not the one for me. He's not from God. Because the enemy can also send you people. He can send you somebody to throw you off course, because he doesn't want you to walk down the path that God has ordained for you. So yeah, you definitely, especially after you sever soul ties, because we'll need to talk about that in the next video, because you can't, even though you've broken off relationships with other people and now you're waiting on the one that God is sending you, you have to make sure that the soul ties are severed from previous relationships, so you can start on a clean slate with the new person. Otherwise, you're bringing your junk, all the excess baggage from previous relationships into this new relationship, and it will always create problems. And so that's why you find a lot of Christian marriages are in problems, because they've never severed soul ties, and they've brought all the junk into the marriage. And so, but we're out of time today, so we'll continue next time. Absolutely. And I thank you so much for your line of questioning, because these are things that are actually happening out there that people want to know about. And so
they're things we deal with every day.
Exactly.
But we're just not sure about how to approach it, who to talk to about it. So
well, you have me. You can talk to me.
Yes, now I know. I can.
You can always talk to me. I'll rebuke you and I'll tell you, and then I'll help you. And that's the beauty of it. But at the end of the day, your life will be transformed, and so that's what's most important. So we want to thank God for each and every one of you, and also we want to thank our producer Farai, and she is so great. She she tells us that we're out of time 5 minutes ago, and we're still talking, but she stands there with a smile, so we thank God for that. So thank you so much for joining us again today, and we will see you soon in our next video. God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.